Hello and welcome to the finals of the Nbbl. We have somehow made it. We have climbed up the gauntlet. We have rose all the way up through losers bracket. Had to fight pretty much all of the best players along the way. There were some other greats that got beat by other greats, but we have worked for this finals. I will say it has been hard fought. We've had some great victories. We've had a couple of losses. One of those losses is to our opponent coming up. So I'm Zand. I'm the coach of the Hadres. I'm super excited to have you here today. Normally, we jump straight into the battle. I kind of give a brief overview of the team I'm bringing. This is the finals. I feel like I can give a little bit more of an explanation of the sets I have. We've got 6 minutes before the battle arena opens up. So I figure I can sit here and talk to you for about 6 minutes. If you want to skip straight to the battle, I'll put a timestamp in. You can go straight to the battle, skip the explanation, go straight to the action, all right? One thing I will preface, I do kind of think this is going to be a fast battle. I brought pretty much setup and no support, no defensive, anything. As you can see, my only leftovers Pokemon is on Cinderace, which is really funny. So I'm excited for this battle. And I will say our opponent this week is, if you ask me who to pick as the winner of the league, I might pin Goki as the overall best team. The thing about Goki's team, he is using so many Pokemon that I think people undervalue, underestimate, and he has no bad Pokemon. Let me just say that right now. Alone, his defensive core of Donphan and Alomomola, I'll put his team on screen. Donphan, Alomomola on the defensive side, Gudra, Fezandipity on the special side, and then things like Colossal and Brute Bonnet that are just bulky in general, and then Terrapagos, who can't possibly die in one hit. It's just such a nasty team. And then he has these huge, heavy-hitting offensive Pokemon with Darkrai, with Ogerpon. He's got Webs with Vikavolt. He's got Girder if he decides to bring a defensive Defogger or Eviolite set. And he's got Haunter, who's his lowest tier pick, that he got like 4 KOs with in one game. He went crazy with Haunter. So Goki has no bad Pokemon. And when you're prepping against a team with 12 good Pokemon and you have 10 okay Pokemon, because I will be the first to admit, the draft I had in this league is not the best draft I've ever seen. You've got to try to best consolidate. How do I deal with my opponent's team when it's so much better than mine, honestly? And so some of the ideas I had last time, Landorus got deleted by an Ice Beam. We had a Shell Smash Blastoise that got crit through a screen. We had a Moltres that just could not beat Fezandipity at all. We had a lot of issues. And we had screens that ended up not doing anything for us. So, switched it up. We've got a offensive Deoxys with Substitute to deal with Brute Bonnet. And the coverage of Psycho Boost, Super Power, and Energy Ball is just perfect into his team, honestly. His defensive switch-ins and Energy Ball kind of deletes. Superpower hits everything that Psycho Boost doesn't want to hit. Psycho Boost goes crazy. So I feel pretty good about the Deoxys set. I think it's a strong mid-game mon to help us weaken things. Kind of try and help us find our win con for the late game, because we have a few options. But yeah, I like the Deoxys set. I think it could do decent. It could do nothing. You know, he could just bring out a Scarfer that outruns us, because we have some speed. We definitely don't have enough to outspeed Scarf Darkrai, but last time he brought Blunder Policy, so he may just bring that again, because it worked pretty well for him. We got the Yachiberry Landorus, because almost all of his coverage to hit Landorus is Ice type. The only 2 Water types he has is the Terra Colossal and then the Alomomola. So I think Yachiberry makes a lot of sense. I think why not slot Ice coverage on everything, because my team, a mixture of Stab and Ice, kind of hits Landorus plus everything else. Intimidate is just really nice for his team. If he catches me off guard with an Adrenaline Orb or Clear Amulet or Mirror Herb for my setup, then he got me good. Goki brings great items, great sets, so I don't anticipate to be able to anticipate everything he has. So I'm just going to try my best. We're Taunt this time. That is all of our hazard prevention is Taunt. So if he decides to go hazard stack and plays around the Taunt, then we just got to deal with taking 40% on all of our Pokemon when they switch in, because we don't have anything off the ground this week either. If he brings Webs, we're in big danger, but I'm thinking there's so much value in the other Pokemon on this team that maybe Vikavolt doesn't show up, but there's no guarantees, so we're just going to have to hope. Scarf Golden Go, because it's the best Golden Go set. If Golden Go got Trailblaze, I would have run Trailblaze this week, because I'd love the ability to change up my moves. But I think Scarf Golden Goat is one of my best revenge killers. It catches pretty much everything on his team with a correct prediction. If we can't make a correct prediction and he has one bulky wall that we just can't deal with, we trick off our Scarf and we deal with being a slow Golden Goat for the rest of the game into a team of fast threats that can hit us super effectively. I'm playing the cards this time. Last time I was really unlucky against Goki, so I'm kind of hoping that luck can be in our favor this time with Sword Stance, Quick Claw, Iron Hand. So every move we have a 20% chance of outspeeding him regardless of his speed. And a mixture of Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Earthquake KOs pretty much everything at +2. It doesn't KO Dawnfan, doesn't KO Aloe always, but it's going to do crazy damage. So that's another kind of mid-game puncher. The Cinderace set's kind of like last week. We're just Pyro Ball Low Kick for our offensive moves. And then we have Substitute Bulk Up. So Sub is really nice for pretty much all his defensive things. We can set up on Alomomola with Sub. We just have to bulk up first to become a fighting type, so we keep that stab. Finally, I almost brought a ridiculous Leafeon set with Calm Mind, Alluring Voice, Stored Power, but Leafeon is so weak, it's never going to work, honestly. So instead, we're bringing Nasty Plot, Special Grafai. I don't know if you guys know this. Grafai gets 7 special moves. 2 of them are Ground, Terra Blast, and I think the rest are Poison. It's like Venoshock, Acid Spray, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. Grafai doesn't get Hyper Voice. It doesn't get a single normal special attack other than Terra Blast, and doesn't get any coverage outside of Poison, Ground, and Normal. And the normal is Terra Blast. So had to get creative. We're Terra Blast fighting. We're Sludge Wave. Then we are Nasty Plot. We're Unburdened with the Citrus Berry, so hopefully most of the hits, most of the unboosted hits we can take one of. And get our Citrus Berry, get healthy enough to maybe live a Sucker Punch. If not, we have Encore. So if Brute Bonnet comes in, tries to Sucker Punch, we Encore the Sucker Punch, and then we set up more Nasty Plots in its face. Eventually, he has to switch or run out of Sucker Punches, and we can clean up from there, hopefully. So that's the plan. I can go ahead and delete off the mons I'm not bringing. So no Leafeon. I just could not make that set work. Blastoise, I feel like he's going to super prep for because that was my huge win con last time. I wish Alchemy could have done something, but it did force a lot of prep. It forced like Heavy Slam Heatran. It forced some other things. So I think it did its job. I just never really used it for anything. The only time I brought it, it stayed in the back. And then no Moltres. Pheasantipity is a hard stop to Moltres. We cannot deal with it. So yeah, that's the team. I'm going to go ahead and pick Battle. We're going to do the Academy Ace tournament as our music. And we are going to tell our opponent we're ready. And yeah, it's going to be a fun game. We made it to finals again. It's scary, man. Finals are hard because there's nothing after this, right? Like, I've used this team 12 or 13 times. I made a bunch of trades like week 3. And I've been stuck with this team for, like 10 weeks straight. So I'm about done with it. I'm glad we get to use a new Grafai set. But honestly, he could go with something crazy and just sweep me. And I don't have a whole lot of counter sweep. I don't have Parting Shot Grafai. So if we lose, we lose. But we had a great time this season. So the Haunter's here. No Ogerpon, no Darkrai. Oh, what am I supposed to expect here? Haunter is here. Brute Bonnet and Colossal are here. Only one of them can Terra. There's no Girder, no Vikavolt, which is amazing for us. No Alomomola, which is what Cinderace was supposed to sub up on, so that's not perfect. There is a Fez, there is a Dawnfan. There is a Goodra. Okay, he didn't bring Goodra last time, but it is really good in my team, honestly. No Ogerpon, no Terapagos, no Darkrai. That is so crazy. I was so scared of those 3. Terapagos just kind of wins for free. But if we look at his team, he's really weak to Ice, which we didn't bring Ice Beam. He's weak to Fighting. 3 Pokemon weak to Fighting, just Fez and Haunter that can take it. And we have Sludge Wave. So Haunter actually semi-walls our Grafai, but we kind of wall him back if he's not Psychic. So I guess that's okay. The Brute Bonnet again, man. And I'm going to bring up his Terra types just because I forget often. Last time he was Terra Water Colossal as a lead with Flame Body. And he was Terra Dark Black Glasses Brute Bonnet. So we're hoping we can deal with that this time with the extra fighting types I brought, essentially. But here we go. Final battle of the Nbbl Season 3. I think they're already drafting for Season 4. I didn't jump on that train, but yeah. Oh, it's stressful. So good luck, have fun to my opponent, Goki. May the best man win, you know? Let's hope there's not as much luck as last time. Leads with the Dawn fan, that's okay with me. We lead with our Landorus. Couldn't win a helmet here. We're communicating right now. I should see an Intimidate proc. Okay, Intimidate does proc. He could fear a Grass Knot here. He may not. I could taunt. With Intimidate, Ice Spinner is not even doing close to half with our Yachi. I don't really see a reason to taunt. If he gets rocks up, he gets rocks up. We have to take a little extra chip, and that's okay. I don't know what to expect. What is his offensive win con? Brew Bonnet? Pheasantipity? Haunter? So I get rocks up. He goes for the Ice Spinner. We're Yachi. We eat this, take about 30%. We take half. Is that a crit? It's not a crit. Okay. Leads me to believe he's banded. Yeah, that dude. There's no way that that's not banded. I mean, there's a slight way that's not banded. If it's max attack, adamant, expert belt. I mean, it's either banded or it's some other boosting item. It can't be. Sorry if you heard the bring sound. I'm just gonna go for a U-turn. If he's not banded, slaps me with an ice shard here, then he got me. Okay, so we do get baby damage on it. What comes in on an Ice Spinner on my team? Things I haven't thought of. This could. He could actually be Jolly Band, actually. I think that makes the most sense on the calc, because Adamant Band is looking like it does a little too much to Landorus. Because it did, what, 202? Oh no, that's Adamant Band. -1 is not doing much to Cinderace. It's not doing much to Golden Go. It's not doing much to... Oh, it's doing a ton to Grafai Eye. Hands is an okay switch in here, I think. Go ahead and start punching things. Like, he has to be Banded Ice Spinner, right? I'm not crazy. Because that's a great set to bring, because it breaks through Yachi Berry. That did 95 damage. If he's -1... Yeah, that's a high roll on max attack adamant, which is crazy. We're just going to set up a Sword Stance. He can go into whatever he wants here, but we should take any one hit from any of his Pokemon. Yeah, and his options here to an Earthquake plus Drain Punch are not great. His Terra types, I can check quickly. Poison, Steel, Dark on Bonnet, and Fire, Water, Ghost on Colossal. So we have coverage for everything except Ghost, Colossal. Yeah, and that's it. We have coverage for literally everything else. Could be like Spore Bonnet, and then I'd have to play mind games with what Terra he is. If he's Poison, if he's Steel, if he's Dark. Oh, we kind of get to show off our item here. Oh no. I forgot it procs before. Swamp Thing comes in, is the Bonnet. It takes Rock's Chip. We get a Sword Stance up. And he knows that we're Quick Claw now. So he knows we're not like Goggles. So if he's Offensive Spore, that's not great for us. Seed Bomb from Max Attack Adamant is doing like 30%. And that's as much damage as he's doing. Drain Punch is doing big damage to him. If he is Terra Poison... Earthquake's OHKOing him. I don't know if I want to predict the Terra Poison, though. I think I will just go for a Drain Punch. Okay, he's not Terra Poison. He CCs. It does like 140 damage, but this Drain Punch should get us back to full. Nice. Okay, we KO the Brute Bonnet. That's no longer an issue. Does that get us back to full? Not quite, because we have an insane amount of health. So we take the first KO. I told you, this is going to be a quick game. There's not a whole lot of stally things to do. We're just going to be firing back and forth. So we take out the Brute Bonnet. Next up is Volga, which, if you read Red Rising, that's an awesome name. Colossal. Are you going to be Terra Ghost, or are you playing mind games with me? You took 25%. Also, isn't Colossal, like, crazy slow? Yeah, Colossal's insanely slow. So if we're at +2, Earthquake is cleanly KOing, and it's the only thing that won't proc Flame Body. He has to Terra here. If he's Terra Water, Earthquake's still doing crazy damage, might 2-shot. The worst he can do to us is Will-O-Wisp, and then we can actually set up another Swords Dance in his face if we choose. So I'm just going to go for the Quake. I'm not going to play games with Flame Body. This is great because we're actually blowing through his defensive core. We've already gotten rid of the Brute Bonnet, so suddenly Psycho Boost is completely free off of the Oxus. He's Terra Ghost, so that's a smart bring. That's the best possible defensive type for us. Was water last time, so maybe expected me to expect that. We drop an Earthquake. This will do like 40%. Yeah, so it's a 2-shot maybe. It is Earth Power. Okay, that'll hurt. Not much. Because Iron Hands is an absolute beast. He's leftovers? He's leftovers, okay. So, seems to be max defense. We can take another. And a Thunder Punch would knock him out, but if I get burned, then I'm a lot less threatening to his back Pokemon. But I think Donphan comes in to revenge me anyway. So, but he doesn't want to lock into Bandit Earthquake on Donphan as long as Landorus is alive. So I think maybe we can try to claim our KO here. It's close, because Thunder Punch is barely stronger than Earthquake, unfortunately. I mean, it probably KOs. We play with Flame Body here, but if we get burned, Iron Hands has done more than I wanted it to already. I absolutely adore that I got to bring the Quick Claw set. I've been trying to bring it all playoffs because Nova didn't ban Quick Claw. We are just faster. We don't KO. We don't get Flame Bodied, though. Oh, he curses. Ghost type curses himself. Yo, that's crazy. So we'll take 25% here. About as much as that Earth Power did, I suppose. And he force KOs himself. So we go down 184. He loses his Colossal. Self-KOs, so we miss out on a kill, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Pretty much anything he has, if it has offensive investment, KOs us here. I kind of hope he goes Donphan so we can take advantage of it being locked in to something. If it's offensive Fez, it knocks me out. If it's not offensive, Earthquake KOs him. Goodra, I think, has to have some kind of offensive investment. If it's just a setup set, then it shouldn't beat us. Again, with Haunter, I'm not positive. No, non-specs Haunter's not KOing. Prince comes in, is the Fez. These rocks are absolutely putting in overtime. So, no offensive investment Moonblast will not KO us. And no offensive investment Play Rough will not KO us. I can check to be sure. It's doing 168 at most. And an Earthquake is absolutely deleting this. And we have the Quick Claw. That activates, yes! Oh my gosh. The item paid off. Oh, and we KO Pheasantipity, who's the biggest threat to our team. Oh, Iron Hands finally does something after a season of not doing anything. Obviously, we take the curse here. We're going to get KO'd by absolutely anything he has left. But Iron Hands has done more than I could have ever asked it to do. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is my favorite set, I think, of the season. And it's just because Quick Claw wasn't banned. Because I can look in the rules right here. Battle clauses. Bright Powder, Lax Incense, King's Rock, Focus Band, and Razor Fang are banned. No other items are mentioned. And I Control F quick already to make sure. Yeah, no Quick Claw. Donphan comes in. This is best case scenario for me because we can see what he wants to lock himself into. I think Drain Punch and Earthquake are equal power. Drain Punch is actually a little stronger. So we'll just click that. If we get the... Okay, he Ice Shards. It doesn't KO, so we get free chip on him. Oh, talk about chip. We might actually survive another. No, we won't survive Curse. Oh, we will survive Curse. Okay. I mean, Ice Shard still KOs us because it goes past Quick Claw. But, oh my gosh. Yeah, so he's locked into Ice Shard now. Is there ever a reason to say this is a sack? If we do Max Attack, Adamant, Choice Band, Ice Shard into Cinderace. It's doing 13 to 16. It's doing about 10 to 12 to Golden Go. Golden Go baits in Goodra. Cinderace baits in Nothing really wants to take a Pyro Ball at this point, so I actually kind of like going the Cinderace and saving this as a sack. Because we know he's locked in. There's absolutely no way this is not a Bandit Dawn fan. Oh, so that Quick Claw proc, dude, that was so perfect. Ice Shard comes out, does Baby Chip. I could sub here, but Pyro Ball should be pretty clean. We look at Cinderace. I mean, Haunter never KOs this. Pyro Ball one-shots it back. Look at Goodra. Hisui. 2 Pyro Balls or a low kick knocks it out. So yeah, we're feeling pretty good about this. Okay, so he stays in, just Ice Shards. Dude, if I had subbed, sub would have been sick. I didn't. But Pyro Ball will take out the Dawn fan. So I've not been keeping notes on this battle. I don't even have a notepad up. That's probably not smart. Oh, and there's a UNPL symbol down here. Yeah, this is not the UNPL. Oops. Okay, things are kind of all over the place right now, but we're having a good time. So he goes into Sheldon, which is the Goodra. Standard max HP Goodra is always KO'd by low kick. Cinderace is pretty important against Haunter. If it's Scarfed Haunter, it can never beat the mixture of Golden Go and Grifai. So I do think it is just worth hitting him with a low kick. If he KOs me, he KOs me. Oh, he's Choppel? Oh no, we're Libero. Okay, alright, we KO the Goodra. There's only one Haunter standing between us and the championship and the trophy. Partly off the back of Iron Hands getting the best possible time Quick Claw. But after the bad luck we had all the way up through this season to this point, I will accept one Quick Claw proc. I will just Power Ball. It's no longer stab, but there's no reason to play a prediction game. If he's Nasty Plot, he can't outspeed. And Power Ball KOs. And we clean up the game with Iron Hands and Cinderace, and half of our team never saw the battlefield. Deoxys never came out. Grifai never came out. Oh my gosh, that was the fastest battle all season. That's so crazy. GG's to Goki. Your team was a nightmare to prep for. Not bringing Terapagos was I'm very happy about. I am sure you had your reasons, but that would have stopped any sweep I had. I knew it would be a one-time stop everything, which is why I brought so many sweepers. And I guess with that, we are the NBL Season 3 champions off of Quick Claw. And I mean, it's Mons, right? Mons give, Mons take away. And I feel really good that the one time the luck was in our favor is the finals. So we worked our way all the way up. We had a great team. I'm going to be doing a team analysis video, probably going up the day after this one. I'll get to explain my thoughts about all the Pokemon, kind of get to cool down, calm, collected. Probably I'll ask Goki about his team. Probably won't do an interview like Pokegame does, but I'll at least ask him for his pace so I can see what builds he had planned. And then we can kind of analyze, okay, if Iron Hands did get KO'd by Pheasantipity there, let's say it's an offensive Pheasantipity, where would the game have gone? What options did each of us have moving forward? But yeah, great games. I'm so glad. I haven't won a championship in a minute, so it feels really good to have worked all the way back up this league and end up with the dub. So once again, GG's to Goki. I'm not in the next season, so I can't defend my crown, but it was a great time. Thank you to Nova for hosting, and yeah, we'll see you in the next league. Thanks for watching.